Good evening, family. So today I want to show you all how I was able to make $7,760 for the month of October. I'm going to show you my basic, simple strategy to help you kill the day trading game. All right, so as you all can see, I only had one loss for this month. It was a massive loss as well. And the primary reason I had a massive loss on October the 5th is because I didn't have my stop losses in place. Going forward, I would recommend that all of you start utilizing the stop loss so you won't lose out on your gains, for the month. But I'm about to take a deep dive into my secret strategy that I use on a daily basis to make these massive gains. Before the trading day starts, I'm always starting off with a pre-market game plan. Based on this sheet that I utilized today, I had support at 433 and I had resistance at 436. And I'm only taking a trade if it passes a 5-step test. 5-step test that I'm referring to the trade setup, the trade trigger, the stop loss, the target price, and the risk to reward. Document, I had all of those steps in place to begin the trading day. Now let's go to the chart and set up our support and resistance before the trading day begins. The trading day usually begins at 9:30. So every day I am at my laptop at 9 a.m. and I'm setting up support and resistance levels. When it comes to my strategy, I'm looking at the previous trading day, which is right here. And I'm also looking at pre-market for the current trading day. So the previous trading day, we had resistance at $437. So what I'll do to begin the day, I'll type in 400. Well, I'll already have my levels in place for the previous trading day. But when the new trade day starts, I'll adjust my levels to fit that current, trading day. And as you all can see, in pre-market, we actually gapped down. So a lot of people were thinking that we were going to continue a bearish sentiment. However, that changed as time progressed by. So my previous day levels, I had resistance at 437 and I had support at 434. I had support at 434. So I'm going to transition to today's trading day. And I'm going to pull up the 15-minute chart because I like utilizing the 15-minute chart to set my support and resistance level up. So when the trading day opened, I'm actually going to move my support to 432. Because in pre-market, we had a low of 432.75. However, I like to utilize whole numbers when it comes to support and resistance. So I'm going to utilize 432 as support. And I'm going to utilize resistance at 434. And the primary reason I'm utilizing resistance at 434 because that's our first level of resistance. And as you can see, these 15-minute candles right here, we were having a difficult time breaking 434. So that will become our new resistance level. And as far as our second resistance level, we have 436. And family, I want you also to remember that it's extremely important to pay attention to news catalysts. So today we had a major news catalyst, the retail report. All right, so now we have our levels in place. When the market opens, it's time to execute. So I have support 1 at 432. I have the first level of resistance at 434, and I have the second level of resistance at 436, and the third level of resistance 438. All right, so when the trading day opens, I'm going to adjust my chart to the 5-minute chart. So I'm going to adjust my charts to the 5-minute chart. All right, so now I am looking at the chart and I am figuring out where I'm going to enter at on the chart. So at this current moment, we were green on the 5-minute chart. We were green on the open, and then we got a rejection. So this rejection candle with the red arrow, I am actually using a scalper alert, a TTM scalper alert. That's the alert that I'm using to identify if the market is going to start going down or if the market is going to start, going up. So as you can see at 9:40 a.m., we had a bearish indication that we may start, dropping. All right, so now let's transition to support. All right, so currently we have support at 432. My first entry for SPY, it was at 9:40 a.m. And I had actually purchased the 433 calls. And the primary reason that I purchased the 433 calls, and this was for a quick scalp play, we were actually green on the open. We were green on the open, and then I noticed that we had a hard time trading above this yellow VWAP level. Once I noticed that, I sold for a profit at 9:46 a.m. So that was a 6-minute hold for a small profit. And I was actually okay with that profit because at least it wasn't, red. All right, so let's go back to the chart. So we had a difficult time breaking VWAP. But here's the key. The key is utilizing these other VWAP lines, which is the green line and the red line. So that's my bread and butter play. So I noticed that we were holding the lower VWAP, which is this red line right here. Once I saw that we were holding that level, and we had a reversal right here at 9:55 a.m. And we also had a scalper alert, which was a green candle underneath this 5-minute candle. I noticed that we may start trending upward in the opposite, direction. So then I entered a position for a call at 10:02 a.m. So when I entered that position, if you look at the chart, if we look at the chart at 10:02 a.m., this is on the 5-minute chart, so it's 10:05 a.m. I noticed that it was a green bullish candle. And I also want you all to take note of the red line, the yellow line, and the green line. That's my secret technical plays that I use every day to make, massive profits. So that's how I utilize those VWAP levels to make $7,760 for the month. So once we started breaking above those VWAP levels, the red lower VWAP, in the middle yellow VWAP, and the green upper level VWAP, I said, you know what? It's time to get in. This candle right here was my confirmation to get in on calls and execute for a profit. So I got in on calls right here, and instead of allowing it to run, I sold at 10:13 a.m. Now, when it comes to selling, that's totally up to you. But I noticed that I was green on my position, and I sold at resistance 2 level. So when we broke resistance 1, that was my confirmation to get in. and my target to sell was at resistance 2. And that's what I'm doing on a daily basis to make thousands on a monthly basis, whether it's for calls or whether it's for puts. So let's say, for example, if you wanted to get in on puts, the top for puts was at 12:30 p.m. We had a red arrow reject resistance level number 3. So once we rejected that level, I noticed that the market was going to continue to trend down. Now, I was done trading for the day because I already made my money within the first 45 minutes of market open. But if you wanted to play puts in the opposite direction, so that's betting on the market going down, you could have got an entry at 12:30 p.m. and played it all the way down to 1:50 p.m. for a nice profit. So the primary technical indicators that I'm using on a daily basis, it's the lower, the middle, and the upper VWAP to figure out what direction price is going in. If we're trading above those lines, it's a strong possibility that you want to focus on calls. And if we're trading below those lines, it's a strong possibility that you want to focus on puts. But you also want to make sure that you have a game plan in place before the trading day begins. My game plan started in pre-market, and it started with me setting up my support and resistance levels, and then executing once I receive confirmation. So that's all I have for you all today. Thank you for viewing this video. And I hope in the near future that you can also make thousands of dollars utilizing these indicators and also utilizing the support and resistance levels. Have a safe, blessed day.